Morning.
Morning.
How was it, Jeff?
Oh, it was a great night.
So, Woodland, Washington. We stayed here at this place. It was actually a pretty good place.
Oh, yeah.
Pretty cool.
It was
Found a good place to go have a bite to eat and a couple of drinks last night. And here it is. Last stretch of the trip. Probably a good 4.5 hours.
Yeah, 4.5 hours.
Depends on the border, and we should be back home. Come along for the last, I don't know, 400, what did we say? Something miles? 400 miles? 400 clicks, I guess.
Yes.
Something like that. See you down there?
So like we mentioned before, we're back on the road here. The sign just came. We are 130 miles south of Seattle on the I-5, making our way up north. And interesting enough, as soon as we got on I-5, traffic is fairly heavy, and we not even close to Tacoma. Normal Tacoma and Seattle, obviously, it's always backing up. So just a change, I guess, as soon as we cross into Washington with traffic. Like Portland yesterday wasn't too bad either, but again, we came to Portland pretty late. So I'll be filming around Tacoma, Seattle. It's kind of nice. Hopefully from this side you get a beautiful view of the harbor in Seattle as well. And then we just make our way up. We're definitely going to have to do at least one gas stop. Won't be quite able to make it all the way up to Canada. Jeff has actually his jacket on, his hoodie and the vest on top. I just have my long sleeve and the vest, but it's actually quite cooler. Let me just have a look here. It's 23.5, so you know, being in the heat before, it feels really cool. So which this temperature is pretty much normal for this time of the year down here. So nothing crazy or cold, but it just feels cold for us coming from the 49.5. So just keep watching and come along for the last day of our journey. I can't believe it's over already, and we have to head back home. But it is what it is, and then the fun stuff starts when I get all the footage and start to edit it and post it for you guys to watch. So see you down the road. So we're just slowly rolling into Tacoma. So here is kind of like where they redid the highway from last time I came to here. But let me tell you, we're going slow, and even like standstill traffic just further back there. Again, Tacoma is always one of a busy place as well, just like Seattle. So started around Olympia or something, and then we just been going very slow. And the wind is actually really strong as well, and it's I have to say, I almost have goosebumps. It's pretty fresh. Just thinking of maybe on the next gas stop to even put a jacket on. It has that fresh chill in it. And for the first time in a long time, we actually see clouds. You know, and we were just in the cloud was just covering the sun, so we were just in the dark there for a while. But yeah, so we're coming down here, and the dome, the Tacoma Dome, is just down here once again. Let me turn the camera around. Should be coming up here. Right there. You can see that white dome. And as you can see, like, look at the traffic here. And in the port of Tacoma, you see the crane right in the back there. Quite some heavy traffic, like I said, we even were on a standstill. So next town will be Seattle. I don't know, this camera doesn't seem to turn on, but here's a turn off for the Seattle SeaTac Airport, which again is shared with Tacoma. I'm assuming that's why traffic is so busy, because we are just in that airport area here. But if it's gonna be like this for the rest through Seattle and everything, it's gonna be a long way home. So hopefully traffic will loose up a little bit so we can make up some time in grounds again. See you down the road, guys. It's a Boeing Field here. And it goes on for several blocks. It's all the way back there. It's huge. So we're basically just outside of Seattle right now, and it's probably not picking up, but you have smaller planes, you got the big ones, everything is happening here right now. There's a smaller one coming in right here, more like a regional plane. And Seattle is just in front of us here. Traffic definitely loosen up once we pass the SeaTac Airport, the Seattle Tacoma Airport back there. But I wouldn't be surprised if it's picking up again right up here, because once again, Seattle is always busy no matter what time or day of the week. And I'm not sure if you can pick up the wind. It's pretty windy here. And there's Seattle right in front of us, with the port and everything to the left. Two stadiums right there in front as well. So that means we're definitely getting closer and closer to home again. Seattle is not that far away, 2.5 hours, depending on the border obviously. But been a great ride, great trip. Couldn't ask for better, especially with the weather-wise. It was a little bit too hot for my liking. But other than that, looks like we're gonna make it home with no rain whatsoever. And let me tell you, the roads in Seattle are not necessarily the best ones. But yeah, look at the stadiums there, the port. And then the downtown core in front of us. Pretty bumpy road here. There is actually also the 405 we could take as well through Renton and Bellevue. That will bring you not through Seattle, that will bring you down the way around, but it didn't look too crazy traffic wise. And the 405 exit was actually backed up right by the SeaTac as well, so I decided we're gonna go this way, and hopefully, fingers crossed, that Seattle won't be crazy busy, and we'll find out pretty soon here. That's when we wish lane splitting is legal here as well, but it's not. There you can see the sign, Vancouver, BC. Well, we made it past Seattle. Traffic was really bad through Seattle. And this camera didn't turn on. I guess the battery died. And then I had to concentrate, so I couldn't film too much through Seattle. And then we actually pulled right over to get some gas and a drink. Then after, when we got back on the I-5, it backed up a little bit, but then it loosened up. But look at where we are now. So boom, back in traffic again. So this may take a little while before we are gonna make our way back home. It's really, really slow going. I'm not sure what the holdup is, but hopefully, fingers crossed, this will be the last little stretch of slow traffic till we get further up again. We got about an hour, 2 hours, about 2 hours left according to the navigation. And I would assume that's including the slow traffic. So, like I said, hopefully we'll clear up, because my guess would be we have a little bit less left. But anyhow, as I mentioned before, look at in the north on the mountains there, the clouds. It actually looks pretty dark. So I sure hope we're not going to get rain on the last stretch coming home, because that would be a bummer. And it actually happened to us a couple of years ago. If you remember from my previous videos, the Queen's, the Alex Fraser Bridge, I should say. I came over that bridge on my way home, and that's where the sky just opened up and the rain came down pretty heavy, and I decided I'm not going to pull over and gear up. I got like 15 minutes riding from there, and I got home pretty soaked. So anyhow, I hope that's not going to be the case today, but I don't know if the camera's picking that up there in the far. But anyhow, we'll bring you back on when we are a little bit closer to the border. Again, right now it shows like 2 hours left, but if it's traffic like that, it could be 5 hours. So we are definitely on a home stretch here. There was just a sign there, Vancouver, BC, 71 mile, which is just over 100 clicks. And the next big town, Bellingham, like 16 miles. So home stretch, folks. Bittersweet. You know, the last day when you go on a long trip, the last day is always with mixed emotions. You know, in a way you're happy to be going home, to sleep in your own bed, to get in your home environment, you know, clean up, do your laundry, do whatever you need to do, clean the bike. But another way is also another trip comes to an end. Great memories that been made, new friends, you know, that we met. So it's always a bittersweet kind of like a day when you go back home. And you know, today my head is starting to spin about the footage. I know I have some great footage. I checked once in a while when we were at the hotel in the evening, and of course my head is spinning already, like how to put it all nicely together for you guys to make a nice little series. So I'm really looking forward to that. And while I'm doing that, I can relive the moments. I can relive the trip, the heat we faced when we were in 119.4 Fahrenheit, which is 49.5 Celsius. So I'm really looking forward to relive those moments and the laughters and everything we shared while we stopped and you know, hydrated again and everything like that. So I really truly appreciate you coming along for the whole series, hopefully, and had some laughters as well. And again, I'm looking forward for any comments, guys, down below, especially with that heat. If any of you guys ever was riding in an environment like that, in a heat like that. Our friend Stefan and Danny, the $1 Million Bogan, and Perry, his mate, and Matt Laidlaw, they are traveling still as we speak. And Stefan, we texted each other, and they were hitting also high temperatures. I believe he said it was like 48, something like that. So not quite what we experienced, but all the way up there as well. So So they were definitely in the same zone. So here you can see it's Bellingham 9 miles and Vancouver, BC 64. So anyhow, thanks for watching. We'll bring you along for the last little ride here, and we'll finish up that video once we cross the border. As you guys can see right here, we are coming to the border, US and Canada, and we're gonna take the truck crossing. That's the one on 176. That's normal, the one we always take. That's a very neutral one for Jeff as well, since he is then heading east and I'm heading west. We're gonna pull over. I'm gonna have to dismantle the camera. They don't let you film when you come to the border crossing, so I'm gonna take the cameras down, put them away, do a quick word with Jeff there, and that's the trip. Like I said, it's always bittersweet when you come home. In a way it's nice, in another way a trip comes to an end. But I'm glad it all worked out. The bikes run awesome. Both of our bikes had no issues whatsoever in the heat. Everywhere we took them, they worked very well. So that was all good. And glad we home safe. We had nothing, no accident, no nothing. That's always a big benefit as well, because if you go on a big trip like that, you just never know what could happen. Of course, we never want anything to happen, but you just never know. So like I said, we're just gonna stop here so I can take the cameras off and everything, and then we cross the border, which is just up there, and are back in Canada. Well, here we are, just before the border. We quickly pulled over. Like I said, I have to take the GoPro off. I'm not allowed to film. It's done, Jeff.
That's it.
Now the trip done. It's always bittersweet when we come home, but it's always nice to come home, especially when you come home safe. Good trip. What do you think?
Oh, yeah, it was great. Good one.
Good memories. We'll definitely relive it when everything is edited and put out in a series. Make sure you guys watch it.
Nice work. Good job.
That's it. Let's go home.